In this series, we will analyse teams, identify problem areas, and suggest solutions in the form of incoming players. We won't follow gossip, rumours, or conjecture, we don't have inside information, and we're not considering the brand value of players, purely their on-field performance and their suitability for the team in question. Today's team is Manchester City. Welcome to Sensible Transfers. Manchester City have made Premier League history over the last 2 seasons. They've broken records for goals scored and points won and become the first club in a decade to win 2 consecutive titles. In holding off an insatiable Liverpool last term, Pep Guardiola's side secured their status as one of England's finest teams in recent memory. However, there is room for improvement. After 2 years of quarter-final elimination, they will be hoping to make a more concerted push in the Champions League this time around. To do that, they'll need 2 quality players in each position. Along with full-back and central midfield, goalkeeper has been one of the main positions of change during Guardiola's time in charge of Manchester City. Previously the domain of a pure shot stopper in Joe Hart, the role is now held down by Edison, a true sweeper keeper who is almost as comfortable on the ball as he is off it. The Brazilian's ability to play game-changing passes out from the back has added another dimension to the team's build-up play. Whereas before they were entirely focused on playing out short, his long diagonal balls over the top to Raheem Sterling and Sergio Aguero have given City another option against high-pressing teams or when looking to counter-attack quickly. So a new number 1 isn't necessary, though City could do with a more assured second choice. If Edison were ever to be unavailable, Claudio Bravo is not a particularly convincing stand-in. Bravo's replacement will need to have good goalkeeping fundamentals, as well as an ability to contribute to build-up play and support in a high press. One option that emerged looking at the data was RB Leipzig's Peter Gulacki. Playing for a team whose tactical framework is based on aggressive pressing, he averages an impressive 5.3 recoveries and around 1.8 interceptions per 90 minutes. These numbers indicate that he is a proactive goalkeeper, perfect for playing behind a high line. However, his passing isn't quite suited to Manchester City. In a direct Leipzig side, he mostly plays long passes out, which explains his relatively low 84.8% pass accuracy. A more suitable option would be Walter Benitez. The 26-year-old Argentine is comfortable playing an active role in Nice's build-up, and his 92% pass accuracy shows him to be a capable distributor. While he lacks the passing range of Edison, he's not flustered under pressure and always looks to find a teammate to feat. His 3.2 recoveries and 1.2 interceptions per 90 aren't anything to write home about, though the difference between his actual and expected goals conceded is. Last term, he conceded 0.3 goals per 90 fewer than his expected goals against suggested that he should have. Like Benitez, Jan Sommer is a fine shot stopper. His goalkeeping numbers are similar to Benitez's, but his passing and defensive numbers are significantly better. While the Swiss has a slightly lower pass accuracy, he plays almost twice as many passes on average. He also plays 6 times as many passes to the final third and does so at a higher success rate of 53.8%. This, along with his 5 recoveries and 1.7 interceptions on average, highlight his all-round quality. Commanding, proactive and good on the ball, Sommer is our pick for this position. Perhaps the most important decision Guardiola will make this summer is who should replace departed leader and club icon Vincent Kompany at the heart of their defence. Aymeric Laporte is likely to continue on the left side of the central defensive pairing, but it's unclear if John Stones or Nicolas Otamendi have what it takes to fill such big shoes alongside the Frenchman. In order to perform the role well, any incoming centre-back will need to be comfortable playing on the right side, aerially dominant and good in one-on-one situations, not to mention being progressive with their passing and ball carrying to penetrate or provoke opposition defences. One player that fits this mould is Harry Maguire. He wins 67.8% of his aerial duels, which is more than Kompany, while his 6.2 interceptions per 90 suggest he possesses a good reading of the game. His 8.1 passes to the final third at a success rate of 77.6% are also noteworthy, and his 2.5 progressive runs per 90 underlines his ability to drive forward with the ball at feet and commit the opposition. However, various reports have him on the verge of signing or having already signed for Manchester United, so Harry Maguire can't be considered here, although he would fit the role were this move to be purported instead. Looking outside of Europe's top 5 leagues, Celtic's Christopher Ajer is one centre-back Manchester City may wish to keep an eye on for future reference. He's dominant 1v1, winning 70.7% of his defensive duels and 75.2% of his aerial duels. He's also keen to progress possession when the opportunity arises, either through passing or through forward runs. However, he needs to work on his decision-making and operate successfully at a higher level than the Scottish Premiership before a team like Man City take a chance on him. But our pick for this position is Kalidou Koulibaly. Strong, quick and sound in the air, the Senegalese is used to playing in a high defensive line for Napoli. All of this would help him adjust to Guardiola's style of play without the ball, but more importantly, he is excellent in possession. Averaging 0.9 through passes at a 23.5% success rate, he also plays 9.8 passes to the final third per 90, finding a teammate with 79.2% of his attempts. Furthermore, he is more effective than most centre-backs when driving into opposition territory with the ball at feet. He averages 1.7 progressive runs and 1 dribble per 90 and is successful with 67.6% of his dribble attempts. Technically, tactically and physically, Koulibaly is exactly the type of centre-back Manchester City need. City must start preparing for life after Aguero. While the Argentine is one of the Premier League's greatest ever goal scorers, he's now 31 years of age and on the decline. This, along with Gabriel Jesus' failure to live up to early hype, means another striker to partner or alternate with Aguero is required. This, of course, is extremely difficult to look for. Aguero has almost everything Guardiola wants in a striker. Quick and a good dribbler, he can get in behind opposition lines, positionally intelligent, he knows what spaces to occupy to manipulate defences and create space for teammates. An adept mover, he finds separation between the lines and links attacks well. He also gets involved in pressing from the front, and to top it all off, he's an outstanding finisher. An outside bet would be Chimi Avila. Last term, the 25-year-old's 3.6 shots per 90 was impressive for a Huesca side that got relegated from La Liga, while his 4.9 dribbles and 55.2% dribble success were higher numbers than Aguero managed. He also averaged 4.4 defensive duels and 1.6 ball recoveries in the opposition half, which hint he may be suitable for a more aggressive pressing side. If we were comparing him to another forward, there's a touch of former City transfer target Alexis Sanchez about him. Another candidate is Duvan Zapata. Last season, the Colombian averaged the same goals per 90 as Aguero, 0.7, while playing for a far less dominant and attacking team. Crucially, he only outperformed his expected goals by 0.1 per 90, which means his scoring record should be sustainable. A powerful frontman, he is adept at beating his marker, averaging 5.5 dribbles and succeeding with 59% of his dribble attempts. However, our pick for this position is Andre Kramaric. The former Leicester man is a versatile attacker, capable of playing up front or in a deeper role. Averaging 3.6 shots per 90 and 0.6 goals, he is an astute finisher who gets into good areas through a mixture of cunning movement and pace. He is superb 1v1, succeeding with 70.7% of his dribble attempts, and creates chances for teammates, averaging an impressive 1.6 shot assists. Defensively, he presses intelligently, making 1.5 opposition half-ball recoveries per 90 and winning 43.9% of his duels. With his quality link play, 1v1 capacity, intense work ethic and accurate finishing, Kramaric would fit Manchester City's tactical approach. With a more reliable backup goalkeeper, a stylistically suitable replacement for Kompany, and an alternative to Aguero up front, Manchester City would have 2 quality players in every single position for the upcoming season. And here is what our team could look like. Experienced players established in Europe's major leagues who would be comfortable operating in Guardiola's aggressive, pressing, possession-dominating team. These are sensible transfers. Hello, and thank you for watching today's video. I'm Joe.
And I'm Alex. And every Tuesday we bring out a podcast, and at the moment we are talking about the same sort of thing as you've just seen in the video. So sensible transfers, in which I'll suggest a list of names to Joe for good people to buy for clubs.
If you would like to listen to the podcast, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, Google, or pretty much anywhere that you download your podcasts for. If you would like to watch us, you can search for Tifo Podcast on YouTube, where we film the full episodes and they go up every week. Search for the Tifo Football Podcast, and we'll be with you every Tuesday. Thank you again for watching.
Thank you.